So I am here recording for Kira Allen. It is Friday, March the 6th, and I'm here to answer some of your questions for you. Okay. So the first question asks, when were you first aware of yourself as a member of a particular racial or ethnic group? I guess I probably always knew I was black. I'm proud to be black and love my black family. Um, Probably became more aware that I was different than other people when I was in sixth grade, because in Baltimore City where I grew up, it was a black community, so I felt at home there. But when we moved to Silver Spring in sixth grade, it was two of us, me and another boy, in the entire sixth grade. So I didn't feel like the other kids, Caucasian kids, treated me any differently. We all got along. I mean, he teased me about my name, but other than that, it wasn't like they called me the N-word or anything like that. So, sixth grade. What do you want people to know about the racial ethnic group you identify with? Well, I want them to know that we don't all rob, steal, kill, on welfare, have women with no dad, with no baby daddy, don't know who their baby daddy is. We, as African Americans, are all, and Caucasians and Hispanics and Asians, we're all a part of the human race. That's what I would like people to know. What do you think people believe about your racial ethnic group? Like I said, I mentioned those stereotypes earlier. We definitely are undervalued, underestimated, and marginalized, and this gets perpetuated in the media, which is not right. However, it's just a fact of life. But again, we are all a part of the human race. We all bleed red blood like everybody else. Being an educated African American woman, how often do you hear the phrase "you talk white"? In where I work, I don't hear that much, probably because we are all educated. I used to hear that. I heard it one time when I was younger in Baltimore City, in a African men, of course, in the community. It was mainly African Americans. I don't even remember Caucasian people was living on the block. And a boy I used to like, he called himself teasing me or joning on me, saying, "Oh yeah, she talk white," talking to his friends, like, "Oh yeah, she talk white," and I just shook it off. I didn't take it personally. I just consider him ignorant, and I left it at that. And needless to say, I didn't like him anymore. How do you feel working at a predominantly Hispanic school? I feel fine. Hispanics are unlike African Americans in the plight that and the struggles that they'd have to deal with, so I feel comfortable working with them because they are minorities, like I'm a minority. But in our school, they're actually the majority. The only problem I have is probably communicating with them. I don't speak Spanish. I would like to understand Spanish so I can communicate with them in their language sometimes. But other than that, I love my Hispanic students. There's no problem. If anything, I'm learning more about their cultures, which is a win-win. When have you witnessed or experienced someone or yourself being treated differently because of his or her racial group? I can't say that I've had personal experience overtly. You always hear about racial profiling, especially with African American men. I can recall when my ex-husband, when we were dating at the time, he drove a nice truck, a 4Runner. It had tinted windows, and he worked late at Safeway. So he would come home late, and in Montgomery County, he would often get stopped for whatever reason, just because he was a black man driving a nice truck. No serious hurt came from it. Wasn't shot at or anything like that, or arrested for anything like that, like Trayvon Martin or any other the stories that you hear about in the news. But probably now it's more, it's not as overt, it's undercover, real subtle. So, it happens. I just have not had it really personally happen to me where I was denied a job, or at least I don't think. Didn't know. I haven't been aware that I was denied a job or, excuse me, or any services or anything like that. So I hope this was helpful, and bye bye.